I want to share with you today this beautiful, beautiful gift that my son gave me for Easter. He knows I love, love, love flowers. So guess what? This is called the Calla plant, and I looked it up, and it's actually a lily. So I really, really wanted to share with you what I've learned about this plant. And isn't it gorgeous? Here, let me just tip it a little bit so you can see. See the inside there. Look, is that just gorgeous? It's a beautiful, beautiful lily. And just so pretty. Look at the leaves, guys. So this is what it is. Calla. It's called C-A-L-L-A. Lily. Care guide. So they show a picture of it just like this, and you get a little card with it like that, Calla, and then it will give you just a kind of little bit on the card how to take care of it. And so it's really beautiful. Let's see here, one moment. I'm trying to get that back in the plant. Okay, so this is, the site is called gardendesign.com. And it gives us, it shows a picture of the plant just like this, only in different colors. And this is how it begins. It says, Calla lily flowers have long been a symbol of rebirth and resurrection and are closely associated with the Easter holiday. In addition to the pure white flowers of the traditional species, modern hybrids come in a wide array of colors. The flowers are also known as spathes, bloom for weeks, adding long-lasting color, borders, mass plantings, and cut flower arrangements. And they're grown from rhizomes. This tropical is also sold in, it's a tropical plant. So yeah, a lily, it's a tropical plant. So the basics are, it kind of gives a Latin name, guys, Xantidacia. That's how you say it. And the zones that you can find this in, it just, if you are into, like, if you know the zones in the world, zone 9 and zone 8 to 10. The height of it, it gets to be about 12 to 36 inches. Check this out right now. Let me get my tape measure, because I was curious when I looked at this. I'm gonna say that's over a foot. Let's see what this is here. Okay, and this is the measure I use for my artwork, but let's just check this out. I'm going to hold it this way so I can read it. So we'll go down about like that. Yeah, it's about 16 inches, guys. This is the tallest one here, 16 inches. So that's a really gorgeous, isn't it? So, and it goes to about 24 inches. Can you imagine? So having a beautiful indoor plant like this? Yeah, this one right now, so this is 16. Now it looks like it's a little bit, I don't want to shake it up too much here. This one, I don't know if you can see, but it looks like it might be a little worn right there. But look at how the movement, if you're an artist and you're just kind of looking, look at the movement of those. They're just gorgeous. And so they go up to about 24 inches. Oh, wait a minute. Upright habitat, 12 to 36 inches tall. Oh my goodness. I read this incorrectly. Hang on, guys. They go up to 3 feet tall. And they go 9 to 2 feet wide. So the whole plant. I better get a bigger flower pot, huh? So the exposure is full sun to partial shade. I gotta tell you, I was doing a video a little while ago over on Instagram, and the sun was shining in here so incredibly. You just wouldn't believe it. I cannot believe in a heartbeat the sun went in, or the clouds came out. It got super dark. I had to put the lights on in here. The birds were ready to go to bed because it got so dark. My finches were ready to go to sleep. And it's snowing outside. I don't know if you probably can't really see it through that. But there's snow coming down. So it's April 7th, 2026. It's snowing. And it's kind of sticking a little, but hopefully it won't stick too much. So the bloom time, so the exposure, full sun or partial shade with bright, indirect light being ideal. Okay, so that's good. So you could have it like on your side table or something like that. So I'm in Vermont. This is channel Vermont. Not to be facetious, sorry. Vermont sun and shade. and and I don't say that lightly. It was super sunny all morning, and now it's super shady. Okay. So dense shade might put a damper on the bud count in scorching midday summer. This is why it's hard to have plants in Vermont. I'm going to tell you guys that, I know people talk about Alaska being dark, but man, Vermont is too. It just, I've gone to Canada a few times, and every single time I went to Canada, it was sunny. It was not dark like it is here. But anyway, bloom time. Flower stalks appear about 8 weeks after planting and bloom for months. Not 4 months, but for months, for many months. The color and characteristics, the calla, that's what this is called, calla plant, or the Calla Lilly. Do you remember I was joking with you about the orchid? Now she did, the orchid, hang on a second, I'm going to show you. She did lose, look at the petunias. They're growing up over, they were reaching over to the orchid. So these have been blooming like all winter. But let me show you the orchid that you and I guys were making fun of, naming her Lily. So she did lose her beautiful bloom. She had like 6. And look how she's reaching out like that. So I put this little, so the orchid does everything it can to survive. Now I did transfer it into a larger pot. And I think now I have to get it some nutrients. But I don't see any buds. It has been really dark. I mean, this winter has just been outrageously just awful. Just really too much. Even too much for the people who even love winter. I mean, I love winter and the cold, but this is, it's going down in the 20s again, I think, today, tomorrow, Thursday. Yeah. So let's see. Anyway, the Calla Lily is a herbaceous, a semi-evergreen perennial, and grown from rhizomes. Tubular shaped flowers with pointed tips produce a long finger-like spadix at the center. Excuse me. Calla lily flowers come in a range of colors, including white, which is what we have here, yellow, orange, pink, red, purple, green, and even black. Tall, elegant stems rise above the broad, solid green or speckled leaves. I just want to see if they show. Yeah, it looks like the leaves, even with the orange calla, the leaves are still speckled white because they have one picture there. And we'll look this up in a minute for other images. So Are calla lilies poisonous? This is always a good question if you have pets and you're like thinking you just love this flower. Look at how pretty this is though, guys. I mean, just the leaves, just gorgeous. So calla lilies are highly dangerous to pets and humans. Oh, and humans. If any part, okay, of the plant is ingested, so I'm definitely not going to chew on a leaf, okay, but your cat might or your dog might. And if I was to put this, I guarantee you, if I put this near the finch's cage, the finches would go right at it. And that would be, so if you have birds and you love to put plants around them, put plants like this, but I'm not putting this because they'll eat the whole thing in one day. But this is a mint plant. It's mint. So, um, anyway, it is highly dangerous to pets and to humans. Sap may cause your skin, oh, this is good to know, guys, your skin or eye irritation. So wear gloves and handle the plants carefully. So I didn't know that, and here I am kind of touching it, this and that. But there doesn't appear to be any sap or anything going on here. That's good to know. So, because I am the kind that, I may think, oh, it's just fine. But look at this leaf, guys. For those of you who are kind of artistically inclined, like, see that leaf? Look at all the white. Guys, is that gorgeous? It's like half and half. It's just gorgeous. So, okay, so be careful with the calla plant if you're sensitive or you have allergies, because this is saying if you touch it, the sap may cause skin or eye irritation. And so with that, I would say, and it's fatal to, highly dangerous, which probably means fatal, to pets and humans. So yeah, I'm going to wash my hands right after we're done with this video. So how to plant the calla lily. Plant it outdoors anytime between February and June. Plant it in a sunny or partially shaded area. Bury the tubular like rhizomes. They're kind of like roots, guys. What they're talking about? 3 to 4 inches deep in the soil. Okay, and that's basically how you plant them. And the temperature and humidity. So these are tropical plants, so they prefer temperatures between 60 to 80 degrees. It thrives in humid and most conditions and maybe need protection from hot afternoon sun. So, which we know, when it does get warm, the sun can be intense really quickly nowadays. So maybe I'm thinking for this kind of off to the side from the window where it would still get sun coming in, but it wouldn't be the direct sunlight, so it wouldn't get burnt. So watering it, water when the soil, as usual, as most plants, is slightly dry, but avoid overwatering, as hybrids dislike the soggy soil, which can lead to root rot. Okay. Fertilizer, too much nitrogen will boost the leaves but sacrifice the blooms. Oh, okay, that's not good. So I would be careful with fertilizer. Anyway, I've tried fertilizer, yes, with some plants, and then it hurts the plant. Deadheading, cut off the blooms when they're dying and or damaged, and remove them, or if they're discolored. So this one I was showing you, where is it? This one, I don't know, you can see it right here. That's starting to discolor. So as I'm pointing to that, I'm keeping in mind that parts of this, if I get on my hand, so if inside of this is the stemi, is the what do they call it? You see it? So that's a part I don't want to touch, right, guys? Okay. Because it could cause irritation. So anyway, deadhead any of the parts of the plant. Pest and disease. Diseases can include bacterial soft rot, gray mold, blight, leaf spot, virus spotted, wilt. Okay, so that's all it's saying is the different things that can occur with the plant. Winter care. Before frost threatens in the autumn or early winter, potted callas like this one, cut the foliage back to the ground once it yellows and bring the pots indoors to cool, dry environment. And if they're in ground outside, dig them up and bring them in, okay? Um, so I'm gonna put this over to this. Isn't that gorgeous, guys? I wanted to share that. So let's get some pictures. They're showing very tiny pictures, so. All right, I'm gonna show you some pictures, and then I'm gonna come back because it has some ideas for you and what to do with it. Let's see. Here we go. Now, these are just some images. Just look how very pretty. Look at all the colors, guys. Of all the different colors of the calla plant. Now, it gives us some ideas in that article. And let me read where that article is from again. She went through the care. So, design ideas for calla lilies. Borders and landscapes. You can use mass plantings for the borders on your property or near water. Slopes and hillsides. So this is good to know because this is where these will thrive. I'll leave it here. Okay. Containers grow in pots, indoors or outdoors. So this is indoors. This is going to be an indoor plant. And there's many ways to enjoy calla lilies in your home. Put them in decorative containers and put them on your patio or deck. Keep them in your window year-round. Cut flowers, so you can cut the flowers from your plant as you're going along. You can mix borders out in your yard with other shrubs and perennials. You can make woodland gardens. Oh, that's an idea. Mass plantings, we went through that. Or put them, yes, near water. Cutting gardens. So they've kind of talked about that a few times, that this can definitely be a plant that you cut and use in. And the next one is, yes, floral arrangements. Use calla lilies in a wedding bouquet, centerpiece, or corsage. Yes, wouldn't that be lovely to just take one? Now again, because they just gave caution to irritation, if you do something like that, be ready to have one of those little holders for your orchid or your lily. Put it in that so the stem is not leaking any sap or exposed to the skin area that who's ever you're pinning it on or they're holding it, they're getting that on their hands, because it says right here, this will cause irritation to humans, and it's highly dangerous if a human was to accidentally ingest it at all. So, okay, good to know. And let's see. Will the callas come back every year? This tender perennial will die down or go semi-evergreen in the winter. It will come back from the rhizomes in the spring. So you have to have those little root type deals that it grows from. Will calla lilies spread? Rhizomes will reproduce and spread, and they can be dug up and divided every few years as needed. Oh, that's really good to know. Do calla lilies grow well in pots? Calla lilies are well suited to be grown in containers like this, either by themselves or in combination with other plants. And how long do the lilies bloom? So it says right here, 6 to 12 weeks. That's a long time, guys, okay? So that's just, oh, wonderful, 6 to 12 weeks. Are the calla lilies invasive? They may be invasive in parts of California. Seeds are spread by birds and small pieces of rhizome. So that's interesting. That this plant would be very dangerous to your pet, but apparently the birds are able to take parts of it and travel. Okay, that's all I wanted to share with you guys on the calla lily here on Vermont Sun and Shade. It sounds like a good Vermont, I'm in Vermont. I was gifted this beautiful calla lily for Easter. And the fact that it takes partial sun or partial shade is great. So with that, you have an absolutely beautiful day.